freak injury and all the stuff that's
Yeah.
happened to you since you've been here?
Yeah, just had a whole perspective change on life, really. Just, super thankful and blessed to be in the position where I am today, able to play baseball every day and, knock on wood, have been available for every game this year. No problems have flared up yet. But yeah, just totally shifting my perspective on life, and I think it happened for the best, no doubt. Everything happens for a reason. So,
is it safe to say that, like, I don't want to say you were a kid, but you were kind of a kid when you came here, and you leave like a totally different person, and maybe if you hadn't had those setbacks, you would have maybe not looked at it the same way? Is that
probably so? Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not the same person as I was when I was 18. I'm going to be 23 this month, and I've definitely had a lot of growing up to do when I got here, and just super thankful for all the life lessons and memories and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely shaped me to who I am today.
How difficult do you think Jordan Thompson's job is when you make the play 50 times and nobody really notices, and then one time you make an error, it's like, oh, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Kind of comes with it, and his body of work this year compared to last year, how much has he improved?
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable. He's one of the best shortstops in the country, if not the best, and we're so lucky to have him on our squad. And not a lot of people knew what Jordan was going through last year. Just the toughness that kid showed on a day in and day out basis is unbelievable. And you would have never known just because he doesn't talk about it, and he just wants to play and he wants to win. So I mean, but yeah, shortstop's one of the hardest positions on the field, and he treats it like a man, and he does it every time, and he's unbelievable. Super blessed to know him and play with him.
You're talking to Troy about one of the plays. I don't know if you remember at the SEC tournament, we leaped up and caught one and then threw it in first.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of those plays have you seen this year?
Out of him?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot. Yeah. I mean, he makes some plays that you just kind of you're looking and you're like, did that really just happen? I mean, the one that comes to mind is the one at Georgia. Full extension, in the hole, and then he just gets up and it just throws a laser beam. It's going viral on social media, and you're like, wow, like it's pretty incredible. But yeah, he's a human highlight reel.
Last time we all played Kentucky, there was quite a bit of trash talking. Like, is that something that's kind of in the back of your guys' head heading into the series at all, or not?
No, not at all. I mean, if they want to talk crap, cool, but we're focused on us and we're focused on playing our game. But if that's what they got to do to get fired up, and that's what they got to do. We have big goals that we want to accomplish, and we're focused on that. We're not worried about anything else.
Can you look forward to the mics? You're fine.
Sorry.
You talked about growing up yourself, battling injury, everything. You see guys like Dylan Cruz. You've been here ever since he's been here, and when he got there. How have you seen a guy like him develop and him grow up as well? But from your perspective, kind of watching a guy like that grow up and develop.
Yeah, I mean, just when you get a guy like Cruz to come to campus, you should be thankful for as a university, just the type of caliber player he is. But yeah, I mean, as soon as he stepped on campus, he was going to be special. Just watching him do everything, field ground balls, fly balls, hit, run, everything. I mean, he's literally the most complete player ever. But I mean, yeah, he'll even tell you that he never experienced failure like that in the SEC, and maybe he wasn't used to getting out as much, coming from high school and stuff like that. But he handles himself like a professional, and he's a big leaguer. So I mean, he's the man.
Hey, we were talking about this perspective and how you've grown in that. Have you kind of looked at it at this point in this team and getting to this point, how hard it is to get to this point, like just the perspective of taking advantage of this situation of trying to get to Omaha? Has that kind of, at this point, it's, you have to take advantage of all these chances?
Yeah, I mean, when you take a step back and look from the outside in, I mean, there's 16 teams playing in the country right now. That's not a lot compared to how many teams there are in college baseball. So, we're still blessed to be playing, but, we earned it. It's not like anything was necessarily given to us. We've taken advantage of opportunities, and we're going to continue to do that. And, we just got to be focused on the task at hand and, just deal with whatever's in front of us. And, we're not going to be perfect. Mistakes are going to happen along the way. That's just how the game of baseball works. But what matters for us is, getting back in the right frame of mind after those mistakes happen.
I knew you were talking about looking at Kentucky. I know the other day you were asked about, and you still need to kind of see that. What has changed as you gotten to kind of scout them a little bit more from when you faced them back in England?
Yeah, I know they're pitching the ball really well right now. I mean, they're second in the league in batting average, behind us actually. So they have a good offense, and they have a bunch of old guys just like us. We have an older team, and so do they. So they're experienced. They know what these moments are like and stuff like that. So I think that's what's changed with them is they're playing more as a team right now, and they're still tough and gritty as they were when we played them 2.5 months ago, whatever it was. But obviously they got a new chip on their shoulder for sure.
Trey said
James talked a lot about the ability to bounce back on
this team or snap back from bad at-bats, those kinds of things. Do you feel like that will be the difference maker? Like last week we saw the bats take a couple innings to figure it out, time to go around their order, I guess. Just talk about, the experience and the trust that you guys have in that ability.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going to go perfect. That's just the way the game's set up, and it's beautiful because that's how you figure out how good your team is and how you play through adversity and how you play through setbacks and stuff like that. And I think that's one thing that you can say about our team is we play really well through mistakes. Nothing really takes us out of our plan. Like if you get us one time through the order, nobody's freaking out in our dugout. Like everybody's just worried about the next one or worried about the next play. So I mean that shows signs of a mature team and a team that has the right frame of mind. I think that speaks measures to our team.
I think a couple weeks ago you talked about how Florida State lost to leads you from time to time. Just how much gratification do you think it would be just to close the deal at home this time and getting that done?
I mean that's literally why you come here. That's one thing that everybody in this locker room wants to do, and we want to go to Omaha, more than we almost want to breathe, sometimes. So I mean, I know our head guy, Coach Jay, that's all he wants to do is take us to Omaha and win a national championship. But yeah, I mean that still eats at you, and you always remember the tough ones. We want to remember the good ones. So this would be a good opportunity for us to have a good weekend, and in this a lot of people's careers here the right way. Dylan, Trey, Skeens, guys like that, Dugas.
There was a controversy ejection in one of the regionals where some guy ran in from center field and said some stuff and they threw him out. A lot of people thought it was a bad call. You guys haven't been ejected or anything, but is that something you got to be wary about, the chippiness when you have a series like this?
I mean, yeah, postseason baseball is very emotional. Tensions are at an all-time high. Just that's how it goes and the nature of it. But you can't mouth off to people. You can't mouth off to umpires and stuff like that. If you want to, you have to just eat it and say what you're going to say in your head. But getting ejected this late in the year, that would just depending on who it is, really anybody on our team is costly. So I mean, we can't have that happen to us. And that was an unfortunate situation. I got to watch that game. We were in a massive rain delay. I don't know if y'all know that, but yeah, we were watching that and it was kind of crazy. But I mean, the umpire felt that he needed to be ejected and paid the consequences for that. But I don't think that'll happen for us. I think we're all in the right frame of mind.
Last weekend, how many times you said stuff in your head? How many times did you say something in your head?
How many times have I said something in my head?
You're walking away.
A lot. I mean, yeah, I try not to verbalize things and or vocalize them. Excuse me. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Is talk to umpires or try not to talk trash to players. But in my head, yeah, definitely say some stuff.
Your last weekend at the box, Trey said that y'all had a conversation about that. How was that for you?
I mean, it's emotional. This place means so much to me, and means so much to me and my teammates and stuff like that. And just love it here so much, and just thank God every day, for blessing me with the ability to play here for 5 years. And I would take all the ups and downs, 10 years in a row. I would do this all over again in a heartbeat, and just so thankful, and I've just embraced all the emotions and stuff that comes with playing here and stuff like that. And I love it so much. So yeah, I'm so excited to play one last time here.
It's rare that things are better than advertised, but I feel like Skeens is that guy. What will you take away? I guess what are your thoughts when you think of him?
Yeah, I mean he's the best pitcher I've ever seen. Literally on TV in person, like it's unbelievable what he does every weekend, and I don't think think it's taken for granted. You just expect him to go out there and get 12 strikeouts, but I don't think people understand how crazy that is to go out there and have 100 and 80 strikeouts he has this year. That's incredible. He's unbelievable. He's going to play pro baseball for 20 years. You're just super, happy to get to know him and just watch him do his deal every weekend and get to see the madness behind all that in practice. And that's where it really starts. Is he's so focused on his preparation. So it's no surprise he goes out there and does it every weekend.
Yeah, everybody talks about the preparation and the weights, that's why he's not here right now, kind of thing. But what is it that separates him from the other guys that do the same stuff? Or the other guys don't do that stuff?
I mean, yeah, everybody works hard, and I think Paul he separates himself mentally. Like he's just locked in all the time. Like you won't, especially when he's doing I'm not talking about the locker room or anything like that, but when he's on the field or when he's in weights, he's not letting anything else distract him. Like he's present at that moment, and that's where he separates himself, on the mound and stuff like that. And it's just like he's done it before, so he doesn't let the moment get bigger than him. He's just focused on whoever's in the box and stuff like that. I think that's where he separates himself in mentality.
How do you think the freshmen have sort of handled this entire season and now heading into this sort of postseason run?
And I think they've handled it well. You know, we have some great freshmen on our team, and you know, guys that are going to play here for a long time and play pro baseball for a long time. But they've handled adversity well. You know, they've handled success well too. But yeah, they're great teammates and they're great people, and they've learned about as much as you can learn just from the guys in front of them and stuff like that. And just super, y'all are going to be talking to them for years and writing about them for years. So, but yeah, they've handled it well.
I know you and Gavin Dugas are like best friends. How did did you come on campus as best friends through recruiting class, or how did that kind of form?
Yeah, we got to form a relationship in high school and kind of knew we were rooming together, going in, and got to play on the same summer team for a couple years. So I mean, yeah, we were super tight. And then freshman year rolls around, and we're with each other every day. And Drew Bianco as well, and Will Rapole as our other roommate. But yeah, we've been best friends for 6 years now, and we were talking about it the other day, this is going to be the last time we're going to play with each other here, and it got kind of sad, but it's awesome, man. And he's such a great kid and such a great family, great player as well. But
you
yeah,
both battled through injuries, and do you feel like you're you both made the decision to come back this year? Can you maybe talk about that and how special was it you both came back this year?
Yeah. I mean, we know the group of guys we have, and we talked about that, how good our team was going to be, and we wanted to be a part of it, just because we hadn't been to Omaha yet, and we hadn't had a shot at winning a national championship yet, going to Omaha, and we talked about it. We're like, man, this needs to happen, and this is probably the right thing. Me, it was a no-brainer just because I was hurt, but he had some big decisions to make, with draft and stuff like that, just because he's a great player, but. We sat down and talked about it, and emotional, and I know his aspirations. He wants to play pro ball, and he knows he's going to do it because he's a good player. But yeah, we just sat down and we were like, let's come back, let's make a run at this, and let's have a special senior year. So he's
so
definitely.
You kind of made the decision together.
I wouldn't say super together, but I was definitely persuading him to come back. But at the end of the day, he prayed about it. I know him, and he made the decision.
Cade, is the power
For a
hitting?
couple more questions here, guys.
Is the power hitting contagious? I know the team went a couple of games without hitting a home run, and then Oregon State, you guys hit 5, and then the next day you guys hit 4. Is that almost a contagious thing? You see one guy hit one, you go up to the plate, and you're like, all right,
I wouldn't say that power hitting is contagious, but I would say hitting as a whole is contagious. Once one guy starts to rally, then the rest of the lineup, feels excited and energetic, and that's when it begins. But I wouldn't say none of our guys go up there trying to hit a home run. We have some strong dudes on our team, and this place is obviously super hot, so the ball flies. So, but yeah, hitting is contagious for sure.
You were talking about the true freshman. Jared Jones has obviously done a lot for a true freshman. Hadn't played as much lately, but what kind of job does the coaching staff do keeping him ready to have a big postseason moment moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's one good thing about our coaching staff is they don't ever stop coaching. That's what they do. We develop people here and stuff like that, and we've been on Bear and just trying to get things they want him to do as fine tuned as possible. Keep him engaged. Because he's gonna be a big leaguer. Whether people realize that or not, he's gonna play in the big leagues. He's an unbelievable kid and unbelievable player. So I mean, yeah, he's definitely gonna have a big moment in this postseason. We don't know when because we obviously don't know what's gonna happen, but he's gonna have a big impact on this team this year and years to come.
Is there advantage to come up to play after playing a home run?
I mean, not really. No.
You don't see
No.
pitches? I mean, not being too careful with pitches?
You wouldn't know. No, it's just you kind of feel like you're not really thinking about your at bat just because you're excited because your team just hit a home run. Me and Hayden were talking about that, and I wasn't even thinking about my at bat when he hit his home run just because I was so excited for him. So it kind of, in a way, it does take pressure off of you because you're not thinking about anything. So could be a good thing. Yeah.
We'll go with the last question right here.
You talked about your faith a lot and how it really just kind of helped you mentally through your injury, through the trials that happened this season. Would you say, if it wasn't for that, you don't know what you would have done?
100%. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have a good faith and a good relationship with God, I don't know where I would be. Because our plan's written out. Whether you know it or not, you don't have really control over it. You just control your response to it. So yeah, I don't know where I would be.
Thanks, Cade.
There you go.